English babes, and welcome to my book nook.
We are monsters. We give and we take.
For those that are new around here, the name's Rainy. I read all types of books, primarily romantasy, so if you're interested in that, please like and subscribe to my channel down below. It really helps my channel grow. Now, I am very excited to be announcing something that is happening in November of 2024. Now, I know that we were expecting it to be a Get a Clue Readathon announcement, and I will say, I have moved Get a Clue Readathon to February of 2025. Why? For a multitude of reasons. I didn't really want to do my boy bands, Battle of the Girl Bands Readathon again. It was a fine time, but I've moved past that. But I wanted to still do something that was fun and simple. And the more that I thought about it, Get a Clue Readathon needed to be moved because some hosts that I really wanted to be a part of it could not participate in November because November is a hard seasonal holiday time for everyone. So we moved it to February. You can look forward for that coming down the pike. I have some really excited hosts and things for that. But as for right now, we are announcing a different readathon, a new and refined readathon, and that is Winterathon. Now, before you come at me with, homegirl, it is fall, November is not winter time, it gives wintry vibes, okay? People are getting into the Christmas and holiday season. We're already, putting Christmas stuff out, which I know some people are annoyed by that. I'm honestly not. So, we're gonna go with it, okay? And if you don't like it, you don't have to do the readathon. But it is called Winterathon 2024, and honestly, it is just to help you hit your end-of-year reading goals through different fun prompts on a bingo board, because who can say no to a fun, fabulous bingo board? You can get as many bingos as you want. You can easily print this bingo board out, put it in your reading journal, track what you're reading. I would love to see it. I have some Instagram templates for you and all of these things. It'll be set up underneath this video, so make sure to check it out and tag me in all of the things. Now, let me just give you some basic information about this readathon so that you know what you're signing up for. So like I said, it runs all of November from November 1st to November 30th, and it is a bingo board type readathon. It was originally going to be designed to be romantasy, but honestly, you can read any genre that you want. These prompts are not genre specific, except for maybe one or two, so you can read whatever you want. The more the merrier. You want to read spooky books during wintertime? You do it. You want to read sci-fi? You want to read historical fiction? Whatever you want to read, it works. And I am also excited to say that I will be having official Winterathon sprints all throughout the month with a couple of my fabulous friends that have said yes, including one that I asked and I know is going to say yes, and they have not responded yet. So I'm going to put their name on here, and when they see this, I hope you say yes. But there will also be probably a couple extra sprint official hosts that I have not gotten answers back from yet because I asked a little last minute. As far as official sprinters go, we have Leandra from the TBR Zero, Neva from Reading with Neva, Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, Kelsey from Kelsey Is Reading. Pretty sure that's her Instagram. You would think I would know this by now. We have Katie from I Would Rather Be Reading, Vanessa from Reads with Dr. B, Laura from The Book Herm, and Julie from Keep Calm with Books and Coffee. We will also be having a Winterathon buddy read. I thought it would be fun to have a book that everybody is reading. This is where the romantasy section comes into play because I picked that because obviously I love romantasy. And I picked a book that is in a winter setting. Someone told me this. I believe it. I really hope that they're right because otherwise I will be very sad. But I also wanted to pick a book that was accessible on Kindle Unlimited and all of the places. And so we are going to be buddy reading Guild by Raven Kennedy, which is the first book in the Plated Prisoner series. This is a story of King Midas romantasy. That's all I really know about it. But I'm very excited about it. It's not that long. It's just under 400 pages. And I thought that this could be a good book to bring us into the wintry times. Now let's move on to bingo prompts so that you know what type of prompts you're dealing with. Like how you can hit your reading goals and all of those sorts of things. So let's just go one at a time. Starting with TBR Veteran. So obviously that is a book that has been on your TBR for a very long time. It could even be the oldest book on your TBR if you want to do it that way, but it's a TBR vet. A thrifted book. Exactly what it sounds like, a book that you did not buy yourself, that you bought at some store for cheaper than the price that it's supposed to be. Over 400 pages. This is for my chunky people. This is for the people that like a book with a good big booty. So if that is not you, then maybe don't go for that part of the bingo board. But I personally love reading books that are longer than that because I read a lot of fantasy. So this is for you. Multi-POV, because I feel like when a book has more than one POV, it's always interesting to me. So take this to be 2, 3, 4, 5, however many POVs you want it to be. Then we have new to you author. Of course, we want to spice it up and make sure that you're not just reading from the same people you're always reading from. Maybe you read from an author that you've always wanted to read a book from and you just haven't gotten there yet. Then we have friend rec. It's as simple as it is. You ask a friend for a rec. You could have them give you a couple of recs and you spin from a wheel. You could just ask one of your friends in a chat, whoever answers first. However you want to do this, make it fun for you. Then we have highest rated on Goodreads. Typically, if you have a TBR somewhere or a list of the books that you read, you would look on Goodreads and see which book is the highest rated book for you. Or if you don't have a TBR, or at least physical TBR, you just have a TBR of books that you want to read that are digital, whatever it is, same type of deal. 5-star prediction. Obviously, you should always be reading books that you predict are going to be 5 stars, but this is a very special book, a book that you just know is going to be great, or you hope is going to be great. A book with a white cover because it is wintry time, so it only makes sense that you should read a book with a primarily white cover. I would say at least 51% of the cover should be white, but I'm not judging. Then indie or self-published, because I am all about supporting indie and self-published authors, and that is a popular thing to do in fantasy and romantasy, which is why I put this on here. But you can find indie and self-published authors in any genre, so support the people that really need it. Then we have newest edition to shelf, and it's literally what it seems. Whatever book you purchased the most recently, or whatever book you acquired from the library most recently, read that. A book set during the winter, because obviously we should be reading books set during the winter. You could use a certain book for this. Guild, might I say? Then you have a free space, obviously. And then we go to animal on the cover. It could be any animal that you want. If you want to keep it in the wintry theme, maybe you put a reindeer or like a wolf or like, I don't know, even a snowman, I guess we could say is an animal. Why not? I don't know. And then a book under 300 pages, but we're also doing the other end of the spectrum, so that maybe you're reading a fun Christmassy novella. Maybe a smutty one, maybe not. Maybe there's a horror one. I don't really know. But I'm letting you, but we're encouraging a smaller read as well. Then we get to snow on the cover, because what can get more wintry than snow on the cover? That would be perfect for like a Christmas rom-com perhaps, or an isolated snowy thriller. Then we have author you've loved before, because if you're going to read a new author, why not also read an author that you absolutely know will probably have a banger since you've already read and loved from them before. Then we have start a series, because I am a series girly and I start 1,000,001 series. But you know what? There's probably a series sitting on your shelf that you've always wanted to read and you've just been neglecting it. Well, now's the time. This is your moment. And we have weapon on the cover. I feel like you can find that on a lot of genres. It might be a little bit more genre specific, but you know what? I believe in you that you can find a weapon on the cover. Then we have BIPOC author, because as always, we should always be supporting our BIPOC and LGBTQ+ authors, so please make sure that you are adding some diversity to your reading. And we also have continue a series. Maybe there's a series that you need to finish that you're on the last book of. This is the time to make those goals at the end of the year. Then we have a reread, because for some people, we love a good comfort reread. There are definitely some books that I want to reread and make sure that they're still favorites of mine, so reread a favorite. Audiobook rec. So this would be any place that you've heard an audiobook being recommended as it being really good. Or if someone has recommended one to you, or you have a favorite audiobook narrator and you just know that they're going to always have narrated books that you will love to listen to, then do it that way. And we have reading the buddy read, Guild, because obviously you should get a bingo or a spot on the board if you read the buddy read. And then last but not least, magical creatures. That could be dragons, unicorns, I don't really care. Just a creature that's magical. Fae, if you really want to call it. It could be anything that you want. And then I'm very excited to say that we do have some merch. I came up with this design and I really like it. It's simple and sweet. It says Winterathon Merry Reading. So it is available in a couple of different designs. It's available in a crew neck sweater, which I always like, a hooded sweater, a long sleeve shirt, and a regular t-shirt. And it comes in a couple of different colors, Christmassy, wintry themes. So make sure to go pick one up. The first campaign is going to end on October 23rd, so that you will get your goodies between the 1st and the 10th of the month, so that you at least have them for over half of the readathon. So make sure to get your orders in as soon as possible. I will put the bonfire link underneath this video so that you have access to that. And then I also am going to have a Google Doc underneath here where people can just share recs for different prompts. Obviously, you don't need to share ones for certain ones like TBR veteran or a new to you author, because we won't know who's new to each other. There's a couple that you could recommend for, right? Like magical creatures, starting a series, snow on the cover, set during winter, those types of things. So I will have a Google Doc under here and we'll do it by genre. And so whatever genre you're interested in, if you need an idea, you can go look on that under there. And I think that'll be a fun way to add to people's TBRs. And with that, that is Winterathon 2024. I am very excited to get to do this fun little magical readathon with you. So if you got to the end of this video, let's put a snowflake emoji. Let me know if you're going to be participating. All of the information will be underneath this video, as well as something that I actually forgot to talk about. There will be a Discord for this, just so that if you're interested in having other like-minded people with you in on this readathon, we can share our goals and our thoughts as we're going along. So make sure to go into the Discord. You don't have to though. Find all of the information under here. Find the bingo board, the graphics, the shirt info, all of the stuff. And I just want to say a lovely thank you to all of my patrons. You are fabulous. I love you. And I'm so very glad to have you with me on my Patreon journey. And with that, I will see you guys in a video very soon. Bye.